Well, I never thought I would do this video, but here we are. This is Sonic Shell 98, and today I'm going to be responding to some of the points being made in the commentary on me on the first part of my Among Us rant by Rat Barrage. Oh boy, I already have fucking problems with this. And seeing as this video is his first commentary, yeah, it really shows. But maybe this video won't be so bad after all. Let's check the video to see if there are flaws that I can point out. Oh! I already found one before the video even started. The title of the video. Okay, the title of your video is really cringe. The imposter is sus? Really? Can't you come up with a better title than that? You could have just titled the video something like Sonic Shell 98 does not like Among Us or something like that. Just say.
It's over 9,000! It's over 9,000!
Okay, I have a few things about this intro that I want to say. First of all, the music jumps near the start for seemingly no reason. Secondly, the intro starts in full resolution, but for the rest of the video, there are lovely black bars on the sides of the screen if the Among Us logo isn't being shown. Thirdly, the music that is used loops and drones and with the same lyrics for most of it, leading to the music used being rather grating to listen to for too long. And given that this part of the intro is 20 seconds, it does get repetitive and irritating. Finally, there is 5 seconds of dead audio that adds nothing to the video at all. For an intro that takes 25 seconds, I hope there would be more to it than this, but whatever.
Okay, to me, bitching about the intro, about there having no audio in the intro picture, that adds nothing to the video at all, is a petty and stupid complaint. For God's sakes, it's just an intro. It's like constantly bitching about a stupid logo all the damn time. Also, I love how you said that there is 5 seconds of dead audio that adds nothing to the video, as if there was supposed to be any audio in there at all. The intro does not have to add anything to the video. It's just my channel intro that can be used for any video on my channel. It's not even that important to the video itself, so why complain about it?
It's over 9,000! It's over 9,000!
And it looks like we have another problem with production in this video. What's the problem, you may ask? The audio. Your voice is so overpowering to your mic and is so incredibly loud that...
Okay, my audio is not the best. Okay, so what? I mean, commentators already have said this about my video, so I'm just gonna skip it.
It's over 9,000! It's over 9,000!
A retarded fan base!
Using the R word. If you wanted to come off as a civil, calm, and collected person, you failed.
Okay, so what? I wasn't trying to come off as any person. I just say the R word for dramatic effect purposes. This shouldn't determine who I am as a person. I am a civil, calm, and collected person when I'm not really ranting or doing any video. So I feel that it's just very ridiculous. Then Among Us.
Okay, a few things to say here. The first is that you still don't tell us why you dislike Among Us at all. Secondarily, you say that you would much rather play a Sonic game, even though not a single Sonic game exists that is comparable in gameplay to Among Us at all, so it seems like quite the unfair comparison in this regard. And finally, one of the points that is brought up is that Sonic games are more challenging. This does come down to how the two games are in no way comparable, as I said before, but the difficulty of a game of Among Us is determined by the actions of the other players in the game. But the difficulty of a Sonic game is determined by the skill level of the singular player who is playing. TLDR, the two games should not be used as metrics to measure against each other at all.
Just because Sonic games and Among Us are two completely different game styles doesn't mean I still cannot say that I would rather play a Sonic game than Among Us. No way in hell was I even trying to compare the two. All I was saying is that I would much rather play a Sonic game over Among Us. It's like saying I would rather play this over that. If I was really trying to compare the two, then it would have taken forever. Because Sonic and Among Us have two completely different gameplay styles.
instead of playing actual good games. And to me, that's just insulting. It's not even fun at all.
Good job. You just dehumanized the fan base of the game as just a bunch of boring clout chasers. Very professional.
Again, that was said for dramatic effect. And also, from what I have seen of the fanbase, the Among Us fanbase, I'm sorry, but the ones I've encountered act like huge, annoying little pieces of shit. They would literally shove Among Us down your throat. The stupid memes, everything. That's what I was trying to say there. So how the hell can I be dehumanizing Toast though? And oh, the next stupid point in this video is going to come and bite him in the ass.
Be honest, it's overrated, and not in a good way.
I have a question. How can something be overrated in a good way? The definition of the word doesn't do anything to suggest how this could possibly be the case.
What? What? So you're saying that something can't be overrated and still be good? I'm sorry, but that's just not true. There are some things I like that are overrated, like Sonic the Hedgehog or Dragon Ball Z, but I think that they're still good. This is what I mean by overrated in a good way. Just because something is overrated does not mean that it's bad. Yet you might be like, if something is rated too highly, then that means it's always bad. Sometimes when I talk about overrated stuff that I do not like, I say not in a good way because it's overrated and bad in my opinion, like Among Us. But that does not apply to everything that's overrated. I love how you looked up the exact definition of overrated and showed it in your video on me. Yet it seems like you do not really know what the term overrated means. You criticize me for saying overrated and not in a good way, and assume that I do not know what the term overrated means, but you pull up the definition in the video, and it seems like you do not really know what overrated means, which you probably thought that overrated always equals bad. You just contradicted yourself, you hypocrite.
You are gonna have to explain to me how Among Us is a horror game at all, and how it is in any way comparable to FNAF and Bendy, because to tell the truth, the games are not comparable in the slightest.
Here's a clip of the second part of my rant on Among Us. I will admit, I was wrong by calling Among Us a horror game. It's not a horror game. Among Us is not a horror game. I realize that, and I'm sorry. It's just that Wikipedia gets the whole shit wrong. So sometimes Wikipedia isn't always reliable. But my point still stands. I did apologize for my error on Among Us being a horror game. It's not a horror game. I know that now. You either did not watch the second part of the rant on Among Us that I did because you were busy, or you just completely ignored it and did not want to see that video. And judging by your tone, it's probably the latter.
A few things here as well. First of all, if you are getting spammed with memes about the game, how come you don't show any of the memes you have been spammed with? If it is happening as much as you imply when you say that it happens wherever you go, this shouldn't be difficult. Secondly, the actions of the fans of something don't make the thing itself worse. The fan base and the game are two separate things, and mixing the two into one in order to fit your narrative does seem either dishonest or as if you are struggling to grasp for an argument.
Why should I show anything? Why should I show screenshots of me seeing all these frickin' Among Us memes and all that? Why should I show screenshots of it? It'll be completely pointless to do in that video. And oh, you do not really know me that well at all. Because when toxic fans of something like Among Us annoy me so much and they piss me off and they shove Among Us down my throat, it ruins the game for me and it prevents me from fully ever enjoying it. Whatever, I'm done. This commentary is a big, gigantic mess. I had a lot of fucking problems with it. When arguing your points, you sound a little bit rude and you come off like an asshole. You contradicted yourself, making yourself sound like a hypocrite, and you're twisting my words around, thinking I was comparing Sonic games to Among Us when I wasn't, and assuming that I was dehumanizing the fans. This is your first commentary, and it really shows. You still have a lot to learn and a long way to go, both as a commentator and a video maker. And you complained about the intro, that image of my Sonic Show 98 banner as part of my intro that just went on for 5 seconds with silence. It's not even a big deal, it's just 5 seconds in the intro before the video. You didn't even need to make a fuss over it. I will admit, you did have some good points in that commentary, but they do not save this commentary from being terrible. It's not because it's a commentary on one of my videos, or on me in general, no. This commentary is just awful and a mess. I couldn't even watch it all the way. That's how bad it was. My advice is to just watch other commentaries and see where you can improve from there. You're being a little bit rude when addressing your points, which is a huge turnoff. But whatever. And oh, by the way, commentating on the first part to my Among Us rant is beating a dead horse. Why not commentate on my old crappy videos from 2016? Just saying.